What's going on, everybody? My name is Krimmel, and I'm here to talk today a little bit about the new expansion that's coming to World of Warcraft. It's called Warlords of Draenor, and as you can see, my account has been frozen for a couple months now. I haven't played very much. I pretty much got my character to 90 and then stopped playing in Pandaria. So I wanted to go over a couple of the things that Warlords of Draenor brings to the game, which I find kind of interesting, so I wanted to go over a little bit of it. So the first line right here is what I wanted to talk about. Includes the full expansion plus a level 90 character boost. I know a lot of people are kind of apprehensive about why they would be doing this, and to be honest, I kind of am as well, but it's actually kind of working. What their intention is to provide people with a level 90 so they can jump right into the new expansion's content, which if you think about, there may be players that are running around that don't know how to use their character, and that used to happen a lot when people would buy accounts under the, against the terms of service, and people would buy accounts and they would just be garbage players. But I think what they're going to do with this is have some sort of training, and they're going to force you to go over the skills and situate your bars in such a way that you are kind of familiar with your character. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure on that, but surely they must. There must be some sort of way that they go over your character with you before just dumping you down with a level 90. So the other thing I was mentioning is that it's bringing people back to the game, which is what they wanted to do. I already have 3 friends that vowed never to touch the game again, but they just decided that first of all, this game is addicting and you can never actually quit, but second of all, this 90 makes them want to come back to the game because they can jump right into the new content. They don't have to worry about spending hours and hours leveling from 1 to, 85, or I guess it would be 88 or 89 before you could jump into the new content. So this is kind of a really cool way to get people back into the game, which I find actually really cool. I'm looking forward to playing with my friends again. The biggest thing you'll notice is this level 90 button up here, which is the one that's included with the purchase of Warlords of Draenor. What's kind of interesting is it shows up on my current level 90, so I wonder if it would let me upgrade my 90 to 90 and then that would go away. Hopefully there would be some sort of warning, like, you can't do that, but it shows up on this level 6. What you can also do is go into the character creation screen, go through here, and once the character shows up in your list, let's say I created this troll, shaman, or whatever, that would show up in here, and I would just select that character, select this button, and then I would go to 90. Now, some of my friends are going to be playing on a different server, but the question is, which character do I want to boost to 90? Okay, so I finally chosen my character. It took me about half an hour to figure out what race and class combination I wanted to be. I've actually never played Horde, and I've never played on a PvP server, so now I'm doing both of those things because a couple of my friends are already playing here on Storm Reaver, and so I figure we can probably all meet up and play together. They were the ones that actually convinced me to come back after they decided to buy the expansion and go after the upgrades and stuff. So let's go ahead and boost this guy to 90 and see what's gonna happen. Choose your character on the right. Okay, choose your specialization. I think I'm going to have to do elemental because I don't plan on healing right now. I don't know whether or not it gives you the gear that you choose for your specialization. So like if I choose restoration, is it going to give me, a bunch more mana than if I choose elemental? Or and also, to be honest, I've never played a shaman as well, so I don't know whether or not it's going to even matter really if I choose elemental or restoration. I think the gear is pretty similar. The difference is that the mana, your mana pool isn't quite as high with elemental. I think for now I will do elemental. As worst comes to worst, I can just run dungeons and gear myself up. So let's do this. See what's gonna happen. Level 1 shaman, elemental. Are you sure you want to boost this character? You can't change your selection after this step. I do want to do it. What? I was expecting to see it pop to 90. Do I have to log in? Weird. So I just came into the game after I did the boost, and it says I'm level 1 still, which is rather interesting. I need to get my UI set up. This is all sorts of jacked up. So I will change this up here in a minute, but more importantly, why didn't it bring me to 90? It's very weird. I wonder if I needed to have logged in the character at some point before I activated the boost. So let's try that again. I wonder if it must just take a minute. Surely that's what it is. There we go. You cannot log in until the character boost process you recently initiated is complete. So yes, I was definitely jumping the gun. I just need to wait a little while. So this is what it looks like when you get in the game and you just use your boost. So it looks like your character does come pretty well geared, I have to say. I don't know whether or not this stuff is a set. Oh, it's just actually quest screens, but it does look really cool, that's for sure. Thank you for the buff, whoever that was, the priest. And looks like it does give you quite a lot of good stuff. That's pretty cool, and it sets up your bars in such a way, so what I said earlier about there being training is not actually the case, so that's kind of interesting. It looks like it already spec'd me as elemental, but it doesn't actually put the talent trees in there, so I need to go through and do that. Is there any glyphs? Negative, there's no glyphs. Let's see, what does it come with? Any gold? 150 gold and some food and mana restoration. So it's warning me about putting the talents in there, and then I think my mount should come across from the other character if I'm not mistaken. They sure do. Does that mean I can put this on my bar and see, do I have the flying and stuff? Sure do, yeah. Epic flying? Very cool. Alright. Well, to be honest, I have to say that I am thoroughly impressed with this. I don't know that I ever would have come back to the game even though I already had a 90 without this, because I kind of got tired of my paladin. That's all I've played, and I had like a warlock, and I think I also had a death knight that were 80 back in Wrath, and that was on a different account, so I hadn't actually played the game in a long time. But this gives me an opportunity to play a new character that I never would have leveled otherwise. I wouldn't have taken the time to come back to the game and level it up to 90 in anticipation of the game. So it's actually a really cool feature, and although $60 is a lot to boost your character, I think it kind of will deter some of the people who otherwise wouldn't be very good at the character, or are just doing it, you know, to have, oh, I have all level 90s or whatever. So, like I said, even though there's no training, I think people will get the hang of it in time with the 10 levels that you still have to do to get to 100 when Warlords of Draenor actually releases. But in the meantime, I feel like the only people that are really going to buy 90s are people who are either just going to PvP and they'll probably be bad at it, or they're going to be people like me who are just going to want to raid and get good gear and are at least somewhat familiar with the game. So overall, I don't think this is really a detriment to the game. At first I thought it would be, but based off what I've seen, maybe I'm kind of biased because I do like this, but I do see ways that it could be potentially harmful. I feel like those people that could make the game worse by buying these characters aren't going to last very long. They may be around for a couple weeks, a month, whatever, and then they'll get tired of it because they're bad at their character or whatever. So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Definitely let me know in the comments, because we can discuss this further and we can do some more videos and stuff. I'm also going to try to make little videos of me gearing up and possibly doing raids and stuff. I know this content may be kind of old for some of you, but some people may never have even played during this. And also, when Warlords of Draenor actually releases, I'm going to either do a live stream or record the leveling and make some videos after that. So if you guys want to see that as well, definitely let me know. Otherwise, we will see you soon.